There are moments in pop culture that don't just go viral. They burn themselves into the internet's memory and refuse to leave. Moments that spiral so fast and so intensely that fans can't stop talking, theorizing, or arguing. This year, that moment belonged to Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, and what has been called the Wicked Press Tour from Hell. What was supposed to be a glamorous, magical celebration of one of the most anticipated films of the decade quickly turned into chaos, obsession, and a narrative nobody expected. It started with smiles, glittering gowns, and a worldwide audience waiting to witness something extraordinary, but within hours, everything shifted. Ariana and Cynthia became less about the movie and more about the tension, the whispers, and the mystery surrounding them. At the beginning of the tour, everything looked perfect. Red carpets, cameras flashing, fans screaming, Ariana in radiant pinks, Cynthia in emerald green, and the world ready to celebrate. The viewers quickly noticed something unusual. Ariana seemed softer, quieter, more delicate than the confident, energetic persona fans had grown to love. Cynthia, meanwhile, wasn't just a supportive co-star, she was intensely present, almost hyper-aware of Ariana's every move. When Ariana reached for a water bottle, Cynthia instinctively offered her hand before Ariana even asked. It seemed small, almost sweet, but to millions of fans watching online, it was something else entirely. Discussions exploded on social media. Some saw warmth and care, others saw obsession, control, or a dynamic that wasn't entirely healthy. Every glance, every gesture, every second of video was analyzed as if the world had been given permission to dissect intimacy itself. Things escalated during one interview when a male castmate casually touched Ariana's wrist. Cynthia's reaction was instantaneous. Her smile vanished, her body tensed, and her eyes locked on Ariana. It lasted only a second, but the moment went viral. Fans slowed the footage, zoomed in, and debated her expression. Was she being protective? Alarmed? Was Ariana really okay? Some speculated she was nervous, anxious, or overwhelmed. Others theorized something deeper, something the public wasn't privy to. Rumors claimed Ariana might be dealing with stress or a hidden issue, and Cynthia was the only one aware of it. No one knew the truth, but the internet did what it does best. It amplified every moment into 1,000 theories. Then came a new layer to the story. Ariana herself seemed different. A viral montage comparing her past public appearances to her current tour behavior ignited discussions about a new Ariana. Fans noticed her voice was softer, breathier, sometimes almost fragile. Her energy, previously sharp, playful, and animated, appeared subdued. Some suggested this was simply the natural evolution of a performer growing into maturity, or a method acting choice for Glinda. But others went further, using words like manufactured or detached, claiming she was no longer herself. One particular clip showed her speaking in a deeper, more grounded tone for a fraction of a second, a moment that fueled speculation that she was masking something behind her public persona. Social media became a frenzy. Clips were looped, screenshots shared, opinions debated. The world was fixated, and the pressure only compounded with every appearance. The turning point came in Singapore, where the yellow carpet premiere of Wicked Part 2 took a terrifying turn. Ariana was smiling, composed, and glowing in her gown when a man named Johnson Wen broke past security and physically grabbed her. The moment was instantaneous. Cameras caught Ariana's shock, Cynthia's alarm, and the chaos as security rushed to intervene. Fans online replayed every frame, horrified by the fear in Ariana's eyes and the sudden, violent disruption of what was supposed to be a celebratory night. The attack left both women visibly shaken, and yet, almost immediately, the public reacted with disbelief at the light sentencing Wen received, just 9 days in jail. Many expressed outrage, questioning the safety of celebrities, the efficiency of security, and how someone with a known history of event crashing could be allowed to harm a performer in such a public setting. The aftermath of the attack revealed a side of Ariana that rarely appeared in public. During a cast discussion shortly after, Cynthia spoke about the difficulties they had faced that week, speaking in veiled terms about fear, stress, and unexpected challenges. As she did, Ariana began to cry, not dramatically, not for show, but quietly, subtly, and genuinely. Fans witnessed something deeply human. Her trembling, the redness in her eyes, the faint attempts to wipe her tears. They all painted a picture of someone who had just faced a very real threat and was still processing its impact. For the first time in weeks of viral clips and rumors, the world saw her vulnerability. And for many, it made sense why Cynthia had been so attentive and protective throughout the tour. Their bond, previously dissected and debated, suddenly appeared not as obsession, but as genuine care in a moment of trauma. Just days later, the press tour abruptly ended. Cynthia announced she could no longer participate in interviews, claiming she had lost her voice and could not continue with the promotional schedule. Fans understood this. Cynthia's voice is central to her work, but the sudden disappearance was still jarring. Ariana soon followed suit, announcing she would not do interviews either, not without Cynthia by her side. The media frenzy escalated. Was this a response to the attack? a mental health choice, or an intentional withdrawal from the scrutiny that had become unbearable. Whatever the reason, the two stars vanished from the public eye, leaving the internet to speculate endlessly. Despite the silence, Ariana returned to work quickly, shifting her focus to high-profile projects like hosting Saturday Night Live and appearing in American Horror Story. These announcements reminded fans that she is not just a singer but a multifaceted performer, capable of switching personas and reasserting control over her image. Clips from SNL rehearsals showed her confident, comedic, and fully in command of her space. When she delivered lines in a fake Italian accent during a brief interview, it seemed like a reminder the person fans had seen on the press tour wasn't necessarily the entirety of Ariana Grande. She was acting, yes, but also reclaiming her autonomy and her confidence in a public way that couldn't be dissected into rumors or theories. Meanwhile, speculation about her bond with Cynthia only grew. Some fans described it as protective and sisterly, others called it obsessive or enigmatic. But behind the social media narratives, the truth was simpler. Two highly empathetic performers, navigating intense scrutiny and a traumatic event, chose to prioritize each other over the press, over fans, and over the expectations of Hollywood. It was a rare human decision that the internet interpreted in hundreds of conflicting ways. Their dynamic, intense, and scrutinized revealed a truth often overlooked in celebrity culture. The people the world idolizes are human, fragile, and sometimes need to step back. The press tour, initially designed to promote a blockbuster film, became a study in the cost of fame. Every action, glance, and reaction was amplified, analyzed, and theorized. Ariana's emotional vulnerability, Cynthia's attentiveness, the attack, the withdrawal, all became part of a narrative that the public consumed voraciously. But beneath the viral clips and tweets lay something deeper. The profound pressure female performers face in Hollywood, the expectation to perform even in trauma, and the difficulty of maintaining authenticity under a microscope. The public rarely sees the fear, the stress, or the personal boundaries that celebrities navigate daily, and the Wicked Tour inadvertently exposed that reality in a very raw way. By the end of the tour, the story was no longer about a movie or a musical. It was about survival, friendship, and emotional transparency under extreme conditions. Ariana and Cynthia did not just survive the chaos, they redefined how the world sees vulnerability in high-profile performers. The internet continues to debate every clip, every gesture, and every second of their appearances, but the truth is visible only to those who experienced it. A terrifying attack, a fragile yet brave response, and a bond forged in public pressure and private care. Their choice to step back was not weakness, it was strategy, empathy, and humanity on display. Now, as the movie is set to release and fans await performances that have already been talked about endlessly online, the public can only speculate how Ariana and Cynthia will re-engage with the world. The anticipation is heightened because of the press tour's unusual events, the vulnerability, the protective behavior, the sudden silence, and the resilience that followed. Whatever happens next, one thing is clear. This tour will be remembered not just for promotion, but for the emotional realities it exposed, for the unpredictable human responses it revealed, and for the reminder that celebrities, despite their glamour and fame, are navigating life's pressures just like everyone else. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, in the midst of red carpets, interviews, and viral scrutiny, demonstrated that strength can look soft, care can appear protective, and silence can speak louder than any press statement. The Wicked press tour didn't just sell a movie. It showed the human side of fame, the complexity of interpersonal bonds under stress, and the cost of living life in front of millions. Fans may continue to debate every moment, but in those fleeting interactions, the laughter, the fear, the tears, and the unwavering support between two performers, there is a story far more compelling than any rumor or headline. The chaos, the emotional intensity, and the sudden withdrawal will remain part of Hollywood lore for years. And while the world waits for the movie release and new appearances, the legacy of this press tour is already cemented. A tale of vulnerability, protection, friendship, fear, and resilience, all unfolding in real time before millions of eyes. Ariana and Cynthia reminded the world that fame is never just glitter and applause. It's emotional labor, survival, and occasionally the courage to step away when the spotlight becomes too heavy. No one saw it coming. No one expected the bond, the tears, or the sudden silence. But once it happened, it couldn't be ignored. This was the Wicked press tour from hell, and it will be remembered not for the dresses, the premieres, or even the performances, but for the humanity revealed in chaos.